And in academics, you would have picked up, we've just gone from strength to strength at the top end with scholarship, 52 scholarships. To give that context, to get one of those, you need to be in the top 3% in New Zealand. And for us to get 52 puts us in the top 4 boys' schools in New Zealand. So 46 boys' schools, top 4. And in the context of the South Island, we're in an arm wrestle with Burnside High School, Christchurch, where they're twice our size and they've got about 3 or 4 more than us. So really proud of that, and to me it actually speaks not only to the great efforts of the boys and the staff working at that highest level, but also the general academic health of the school. Because you don't get to that level unless the foundations have been strong, and all those teachers along the way who each in their own way contributed to that final crowning moment, and all the things that are in place to make it happen. And when you join it to the overall performance in NCA, the qualification system, right across all the boys, really proud of how high we're lifting all of them, each to their own relative to their starting points. So sort of on 2 aspects there at the very top, but also the overall quantum of achievement, just really proud of where we've got to, but of course take nothing for granted and keep trying to improve incrementally along the way. In the arts, He Waka Kotuia, our Māori performance group, just moved mountains, qualified for the Nationals for the first time. And unfortunately for them, they were thwarted by COVID, couldn't go to compete. But that was a proud moment for us as well, because they're right up there with the top tier North Island schools, Te Aote College and such like, those schools that long-standing but real strength in all things Māori and Te Ao Māori. And for our guys to get up there, was a true distinction for us. And also from Western Heritage Shakespeare. So we did very well to win 2 categories in the regionals in the last few weeks. Then we won a national title in the 15-minute performance. So the Bard is alive and well at King's High School. And so Shakespeare is moving forward. Theatre sport's very popular, and believe it or not, more and more boys wanting to get singing tuition to develop their voices. So our choirs, our singing groups are growing as well. And in sport, you'll be aware that we're in a bit of a purple patch in sport. Our hockey team remain first ranked in New Zealand, so Rankin Cup holders. Didn't get to defend their title, but this year because of the interruptions, but right up there and about to enter the South Islands as an alternate event. Our footballers, soccer, top 4 in New Zealand, had a playoff for 3rd and 4th against Auckland Grammar School. Lost 2-0 and put up a valiant effort. It was a very obvious reminder that in that sport they're right up there. Our basketballers, perhaps top 5 in the South Island, as with volleyball, and there's resurgent rugby. We beat Southland boys last season, first time in 20 years, I believe, 20 years. We've beaten Southland boys and Otago boys this year, so the locus of power and control is shifting, and long may it last, and on it goes. So rugby is growing nicely and still has more than 200 boys subscribing to the great game. And under the able leadership of Glenn over here, teacher in charge of rugby, director of sport, fantastic man with loads of knowledge in all things rugby, but much more, and other sports coming through as well. So we're just really proud of what our boys are doing, but also just proud of the tone, the culture, the character of the school. You walk in there's a very constructive, can-do feeling to the place. There's a real aspiration and ambition, but no swagger, no puffery. None of those trappings that may come with those who are doing quite well and perhaps begin to run the risk of overrating themselves. There's a very strong core, quiet confidence and assertiveness, but not arrogance in our school. And I'm very big on making sure that continues to be how we operate. And but perhaps that's Dunedin as well. And just before I finish, I'd say we are Dunedin. We are Dunedin because our composition is Dunedin. We are 50-50 right now, in zone and out of zone. So we have boys coming each day who are from the immediate locality, but others coming from far away. We've got farm boys who are farming out past the airport. We've got a good take from Mosgiel. We've got those in the North East Valley, Kaikorai, Roslyn, the suburbs on the other side of Dunedin. We have the sons of physicians, lecturers at the university, alongside those who are long-term unemployed. all in the same classes. So if you were to slice and dice Dunedin society in every possible way, including ethnic composition, we've got it. So we do very well to have this very diverse group of young men and families, added to recently by these 15 Syrian refugee families, for example, all mucking in together and with that common cohesive camaraderie. And they're all Kingsmen. And you ask them what that means, they'll tell you what matters. And so that strength of purpose and belonging takes us a very long way. And long may that last as well.